And just like that, we're rolling along live.
Yeah.
Hi, Moan.
Hey, DK.
Wait, is it Smooth Jazz Friday?
It's almost. I better be smooth jazz because today is 11 years for me and my anniversary. Hey. Me and the wife been married for 11 years now. Yeah,
I hear 11 years from you, and I think of the 11-year football career. So I got thrown.
That's very true.
NFL career.
11-year NFL career. Yeah, no, it's 11-year marriage career too. 16 years together, man. Really cool.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
Thank you, DK. Look at us sharing
the same week, huh?
The same week, man. Days apart at that, DK. Goodness.
I like that. Are we ready for a little bit of a football talk today?
I got a congratulations from a good bell sign yesterday. Can I do it 2 days in a row?
Let's do it. Just remember that this is your bell in the future, right?
It is. So all this one has to prove its worth. It's almost like it's like they're treating Chooks right now. This is the one they're used to.
It's the Chooks bell and the Dan Moore bell.
Okay. The Chooks bell is good, man. I promise you. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
If this actually was the Chooks bell, then I would get to do my Chooks impersonation.
Yeah.
With this bell, and I'd say, "Oh yeah, everybody say this, they say that about me, and I play, I miss one snap all season, and so kill me. I miss one snap. JD, he missed no snaps. I missed one snap."
That's all we get, though, DK. You know that too. You know it's true.
James Daniels did miss no snaps, and Chooks did miss one. And don't think that doesn't come up between them all the time.
It goes. I promise you, man. Something that can also come up too, because we've been talking about this on here a little bit because somebody asked about Jaylen Warren the other day, right? I was like, what if Jaylen does this and Najee this, right? A guy that we both ran past, worked with, he's been on my show here in Nashville, Jeremy Fowler, for I think the last 2 years, DK.
Good dude, really good reporter.
Solid, good dude. I like Fowler,
from ESPN,
man.
In case anybody doesn't know.
From ESPN. He's done, I think this may be 3 years in a row, he does these NFL top 10 rankings things. And it's rankings, right, DK?
But they're not arbitrary.
They're
not Jeremy sitting around coming up with his own top 10 list.
No.
He actually gets in touch with the league's general managers.
Yes.
For a survey.
And scouts, DK. So his list
scouts too
is a system of voting by execs, coaches, and scouts. They rank the top 10 people at each position. And on that list, DK, it's a short list of 10. You mind if I read them off?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's be real cool
Just go in dramatic order here. Go to the 10 first.
10 first. Perfect. Even better, DK. Number 10 on this list, Austin Eckler, Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay.
9, Tony Pollard. I can respect this one. I actually like this one a lot, DK.
All right.
Dalvin Cook at 8.
Depends on if he's facing Pittsburgh or not, but okay.
And he's cut, DK.
He's really good.
He's cut, though. Okay, he's not even on the team right now.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara, 7, Saints. Solid dude. Down year. May get suspended this year and everything, right? Jonathan Taylor, 6. Had a pullback from the 2021 season, but I think he's a solid back. I see him all the time. Derrick Henry, number 5. Last year's ranking for him, he was number 1.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Yeah, number 5 right now after 1,300 yards last year. 4, Saquon. Last year didn't make the list. He was honorable mention probably because of the ACL. 3,
probably, yep.
Really big year for this dude in 2022. Josh Jacobs, number 3 on this list. Pretty cool. 2, Christian McCaffrey. I get it.
Wait a second. Have we been missing somebody this whole time? Because I don't think he's 1, but go ahead.
Number 1, if it's not Derrick Henry, it's Nick Chubb.
It is Nick Chubb, though.
We went through 10.
Nick Chubb is the... Oh, yeah.
We went through 10.
Oh, yeah, you did. That means that, okay.
Mm-hmm. Your guy, our guy, Najee, is not on this list. Honorable mentions, though, this is where it get even more sticky. Aaron Jones, Damian Pierce, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Ramondre Stevenson, Kenneth Walker. Najee Harris ain't even mentioned as an honorable mention, DK.
Well, see, that's the thing that gets me.
Yeah.
Is the 2022 season was a tale of two Najees, okay? Now, you would think that when you're talking about the league's premier evaluators, that there would be a consideration that, A, the offensive line wasn't in sync. That things didn't really get going for this group in general until after the bye week. Najee had a lot to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I mean, they went 7-2 riding on the rushing attack, 146.4 yards per game over those 9 games. Now, a lot of that did have to do with Jaylen Warren.
It did.
But not nearly as much.
Not like this.
With Najee, he hasn't gotten his due yet, okay?
No, he hasn't.
This is proof.
And what's so crazy, Najee did receive votes, but he received votes with guys like Javonte Williams from Denver, Miles Sanders, who I think with the Panthers right now, he's not on his team from last year, and A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon is the known backup in Green Bay. Like, he's a spare runner. Najee got votes with spare runners, and that, to me, I don't even know if we want to call it disrespect. I don't know what we want to call it, but Najee got no benefit of the doubt when it came down to what he's done versus what last year actually was. None, DK.
Yeah, and then there's a good point here, too. Josh Grimm says Najee had a metal plate in his shoe for how many weeks? He did.
Yeah.
Ryan Shazier next door here and I were talking about Najee in general here just last week.
Mm-hmm.
Casual football conversation, whatever. And Ryan just pipes up right away and just says, he was hurt. He was hurt. What else do you want to say about this? He was hurt. And then when he wasn't, he was fine. I also I think that you have a situation where there's going to be different general managers, different evaluators and executives who are going to have different priorities at their running back. And Najee is not that guy who's going to break the big one. He wasn't that in college. He's definitely not going to be that in the NFL. And if you see your NFL offense as being one that just has to rely on splash, quick strike this, quick strike that, then Najee isn't going to be your guy. You're not going to put him in your top 10. If you value, though, the things that Mike Tomlin values.
Yeah, then you know how important he is, but I feel that's exactly where I was going right there, DK. I almost feel like Najee's in a sense, and this is always a pro-Pittsburgh thought for the most part. Pittsburgh athletes don't get the respect that they're needed unless you're like James Harrison or Antonio Brown, where you become superstars. But the very solid guys that Pittsburgh has never really got the national attention and respect like that unless it was a big game. It was quarterback on quarterback, right, DK?
Mm-hmm.
And more times than not, they were picking the other quarterback to win over Ben more times than not, right?
Whenever it was a big name guy, they would always take the other guy.
They will always take the other guy. Brady, all right, whatever. But Aaron Rodgers, or we're talking about Phillip Rivers, or we're talking about Breeze, like he's beat those dudes just as many times as we've lost to them. Like Ben's come out on top a good amount of the time when facing those guys. And I feel like Najee situations like that. And the only reason I say that is because Alvin Kamara had a down year for a guy like himself. He didn't hit 900 yards last year either, but he was still ranked 700. I think he may have had, I don't know how many receiving yards he had, but DK, he didn't even get a sniff of what he did last year, and Alvin got the benefit of the doubt, while Najee just simply got votes. Weird energy when you talk about what's good and what's bad. And also, this may lead to the bigger conversation of like the devaluation of the running back is always a thing, even in our own fan base.
Yeah, I think that might be the case as well here. Mark Lancaster says that the top 10 poll makers will eat crow. They actually won't, Mark. These guys have like NFL jobs. Okay, they're not poll makers. They were asked a question. They answered the question, presumably as honestly as they could. And that's that. That's what makes Jeremy's surveys different than just, hey, everybody, look, CBS.xfl.com put out a list of da-da-da-da-da, and they left off so-and-so.
Yeah.
That's not what this is.
No.
These are the league's general managers and the league's scouts and evaluators telling you what they think.
And then
anonymously, by the way, anonymously.
And then they're doing the average of what the votes are. For instance, Nick Chubb's number one, the highest ranking. So they tell you where the votes went. His highest ranking, of course, was 1 on somebody's list, and his lowest was 6th. Like somebody put Nick Chubb as the 6th best back in the league.
You mean you never know, right? There's there's always people who vote for Mickey Mouse for president too. There's just you're always going to get something that's a little bit different. Okay, I just feel like I feel like it's more possibly. I can't get into their brains, but it's possibly more of a reflection of the fact that he just doesn't break big runs. But if you go to later in the season, when Najee was really motoring, okay. He was making an impact on the game in multiple ways, including keeping the clock going, keeping the other team off the field. There's a lot of different looks here.
And this is where I want to go with Eric's comment right here. He has Najee and Warren complement each other very well.
That's two, yin and yang there. Yeah.
I think it's okay to have 1 and 2, whatever you want to call them, yin and yang, thunder and lightning, however you want to do that. I know this is the fan side of everything speaking up. It's okay to want a guy to succeed a little bit more at times, but it's better if both him and Jaylen Warren complement each other, because you get both for potentially longer is what you're going to get to. We can't be the ones pushing Najee out into the street because you like what Jaylen Warren did on half the snaps that Najee got.
This is it. Now, I'm going to keep biting back on this one. Eric Schulo says, I would imagine some experts believe. Right? Dude, they actually are the experts. They don't get quotes. They're the general managers and the scouts employed by the NFL. They don't get your Seinfeldian quotes.
No,
this is a real survey. You might not like the outcome of it, but there might be underlying reasons for it here. Clay comes in, the $5 contribution.
Thank you.
And says, hey, fella, speaking of the running game, who do you both like in the RB3 battle going into camp? And happy anniversary to Moan.
Thank you. I much appreciated for that. RB3 DK, when you really break it down, like legitimately, does it matter after 3, man? Like, that's just kind of where I'm at. Anthony McFarland, he's still with us, right, DK?
He is. And actually, I mean, he's going to be my emphatic answer here because
that's the easiest answer.
Well, he's out there. He's, without getting into what I saw in, OTAs and minicamp and all that other stuff, it's him. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's involved. It's not peripherally involved. He's involved in this offense.
And truthfully, if it wasn't for Jaylen Warren, you might see him more, DK, right?
Oh, but he'd have to earn that. I mean, he'd have to earn being the 2 guy, and he hasn't.
And he hasn't yet. But
what he can do is pass catch. That's what he does.
He can do those things. But I just look and I see this. Listen, I get why Pittsburgh has this defense mode up at all times. And truthfully, this is where I like us at, though, DK. Like, no respect. Wondering what the OL is going to do on the left side. Quarterback going into his 2nd year. Really hot young wide receiver in George Pickens. And so many storylines that have to be figured out. But I just thought this list is very interesting considering Najee a couple years ago, Pro Bowler, young rookie, 1st-round draft pick. Like, he fits and check every single box off the list, DK. When you're talking about what the NFL is trying to show and enhance when it comes down to the running back position. That's why I was having a conversation about why I think what the tight ends are doing with tight end with Kelsey and Kittle and all of those guys, when they get together, they're trying to make sure that their position stays relevant and the pay grade stays above board when it comes down to what their importance is to the game. The running backs don't have this. Josh Jacobs was out of the league essentially before he went off last year. And now he's number 3 on this list right now.
That's definitely something here. Thomas Grant says happy anniversary to Mrs. Foster.
Well, I'll let her know, TG.
When we come back, we're going to check off one of our own boxes here, and that's to go through the only segment that matters.
And that's Hey Mo.
At DK Pittsburgh Sports, we take pride in coverage that connects our city's fans to their favorite teams. Now, that connection's stronger than ever. Introducing our all-new state-of-the-art app. Find expert inside reporting and original podcasts. Check live box scores. Track the latest stats. Chat it up with our community of thousands of fans, all in one place. The new app from DK Pittsburgh Sports. Coverage that connects.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
He just sent me a text, and I'm just going, yeah, completely. We don't have to share everything here.
Never.
We're going to do something a little bit different this week, and I'm going to explain why in a second. But first, I have to remind everybody that this portion of the Ramon Foster Show is brought to you by the Get Go Cafe and Market, where quality is at the core of every menu item. 3 expert chefs fine-tune every detail so that every sub, burger, salad, wrap, drink, and app is crafted for what they uniquely refer to as crave ability. Your favorite entry at the Get Go Cafe and Market today. Better believe it. We're going to try something. Moan doesn't even know about this. I'm just making
I don't know. You said we're going to try something new. I was like, I hope it's not rollerblading.
Rapid Fire Friday. I'm going to call this. We're going to do quick questions, quick answers. Because if you think about this, in season, this will be the last show before the game. So we want to address as many possible things as you can. Be specific with your questions. Don't say, "Hey, Moan, what was it like being a football player?" Okay, give us like something that's, something that's good here. So we're going to get started here with Matthew Baldwin comes in with a €4.99 contribution. Thanks for that, Matthew. He says, "Hey, Moan, happy anniversary. I got married today at the Allegheny County Courthouse right up the road here. So now I've got something to share with the big guy. Congratulations, man."
Hey.
We're going to keep moving here. That's actual questions here. Robbie Jones says, "Hey, Moan, is it harder for offensive linemen to block for a 2-back system or just one main back?"
Probably one main back. Just because they can pick up on your tendency, and what that guy does really doesn't go outside his wheelhouse, and you just got to be really, really good. That's one of those things where I say to y'all, we used to line up and tell them, "Hey, the ball is coming right here." Well, that's because we were really, really good and didn't care what they thought we were doing with the running back position.
Sticky B says, "Hey, Moan, worst tattoo you ever saw on a player in the locker room?"
Oh, my God. I remember this one, man. We had a lineman come in this one particular year. Oh, I was a young guy, too. It was when I was about to start. And he had a low back tat. He had a lower back tattoo and nothing else. And we just... How do you just get a low back tat? If you know what else they call the lower back tattoo, then you can say that in the comments. But I will not say that. Low back tat is by far the worst.
Lower back tattoo. "Hey, Moan," says Josh Dobbs, "how did you become the leg kick guy before the snap? I don't see many other guards do it like you did."
Yeah. How did I become that? Because I was more comfortable with getting back in my stance.
What was the other option?
Pounce head between his legs, or DeCastro doing it, and Dave didn't want to do it.
Moan's here.
I'm trying to keep it as clean as like Dave could have did it, but Dave absolutely did not. There was a 1% chance of Dave doing it. He was never going to do it. That's why, honestly.
That's good stuff. Toddy says, "Hey, Moan, do you believe any of your teammates could have succeeded in a different professional sport?" And I'm going to assume Toddy means at a big league level.
At a big league level,
being
in baseball, I think.
That's all I was going to say.
Being in baseball
really, really hit.
Man, all the coaches in golf, heck, if we're being honest with you, all of them can golf really doggone
right?
good. Oh, man. Well, Coach Butts is so good at golf from my understanding. Although Ben beats him, so I guess that really doesn't matter much at all. Who else would have been really good at something? That's about it. Justin Hunter actually played college basketball, and he was one of my teammates with the Steelers.
Luke says, "Hey, DK, hey, Moan, I saw that Sports Illustrated wrote a story about how Ben might not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. What are your thoughts?" I got this one, Moan.
Go ahead.
Sports Illustrated is really not what you think it is anymore. It's a collection of, it's just not. No, I don't mean that in a shot way. It's they don't employ writers anymore, meaning on some full-time massive scale, the way they used to at the magazine. It's a lot of independent bloggers, whatever else, and they are paid by the page view.
Oh, so it's attention grabbing.
Well, if I was going to get page views, guess what I would write?
You'd write that right there.
I would write that. Yeah, it wouldn't be all that complicated. Brian says, "Are you guys in a hurry because it's Friday?" I am. I got to get over to the ballpark. Pirates versus Giants, and I got to get over there to cover it. So you busted us on that one.
Yeah, that's what it is.
This one, Nick says, "Hey, Moan, did you have any pregame superstitions? And what was the strangest superstition of any of your teammates? Did you have any?"
Gosh, I did it for the longest, man. I would always put on right first, right sided leg, right shoe, right glove, strap my right side of my helmet on. It just was a thing of mine. I did not want to break.
Is that reflex or superstition though?
Superstition. It became superstition. Like I had a good game or something. I went all rights. And the craziest superstition I've ever seen, Milwaukee Moore. Little throwback for you. he used to throw up every single game while we were out there doing the team prayer in the locker room. In the locker room, it's quiet because we're doing team prayer. He's raw, raw. Oh my gosh, it was the worst thing. I was like, bro, we're trying to really do some stuff here, okay?
Oh, no. Mike says, hey, Moan, no names, please, but what was the ratio of towel over the shoulder or towel around the waist?
Oh, my gosh. What are we talking about? Everybody's towel over the waist, aren't they?
Yeah.
What the hell? This is a family network.
I don't even know. Jason Lee says, hey, Moan, have you ever seen the movie Draft Day? How about that bar scene? The Here We Go Brownies.
You never seen it. And you know why, DK, Jason Lee? That's because I refuse to watch anything good about the Browns.
Cat Manada, hey, Moan, I always wanted to know, how do players choose their agents? Seems like an important decision that players have to make early in their career. Actually, they might be making them even before their careers start, but you didn't hear that from me.
I knew my guy. I knew of my guy before I met my guy.
Sure you did. Everybody does.
But I fired that guy too, okay? And then I hired a new guy. The second guy was all about business and relationship. He made me feel like I was his number one target when it came down to free agents and clients and stuff like that, even though he had a plethora of guys, big-time guys, and the relationship that agents have with teams, they actually do matter, which is why we saw Saquon hire Rock Nation and CAA. He has 2 agencies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jay Jones says, hey, Moan, can you dunk? Or could you dunk when you were in peak shape?
Can I dunk now? No. Do I want to now? Also, absolutely not. But yes, I could. That was one of those things. Yeah, I could. Yeah, absolutely, DK. But yeah,
big dude.
Most linemen can. Like
most
think about what you're doing.
Big. I mean, not just big, like big, tall.
Big, tall dudes.
Dude.
What do? We squat. We leg press. We have explosion too. Like, don't let the size fool you when it come down to dudes. I've seen dudes 340 do a standing backflip.
Tony Pagliaroli says, hey, Mona DK, do other teams have traditions like Renegade? Have any of them ever gotten in your head during game? They don't, actually. And
college level.
Yeah, I'm talking about between football, baseball, and hockey, the 3 sports that I cover. I don't see a rev you up song for a specific situation. I know that one of the AFC North teams, somebody can help me out with this, tried something. And it was just so lame. It might be using Welcome to the Jungle or Bengals.
I hate their touchdown song, by the way. It is by far the worst touchdown song in all of football. I wish they would burn that original CD that they have that song. It is atrocious.
But I mean, if you're using Guns N' Roses, it's like the most common arena song. It's like, really? That's what you got? Like, you had a meeting and you came up with Welcome to the Jungle? Really? That's what you got? Josh Grimm says, hey, Moan, how many calories a day do offensive linemen have to eat daily during the season? And who among your group ate the most?
You'd be surprised. Like, a lot of guys don't keep up with calorie intake like that. Maybe at the college level. They really don't. Y'all know we played with some big guys. Like, so guys just ate. I saw one college prospect recently. I think it was at Purdue. He was eating like 6,000 calories. He was eating like a burrito before actually going to bed. So it's just weird. I don't know. You'd be surprised the intake tracking up that people do. Not necessarily.
A lot of that's
like
shakes too, right?
It is shakes. Yeah, know what you're getting yourself into. Who would eat the most? Guy I've ever seen eat a lot. Heck, all of us. All of us, honestly. I'm saying the answer from that low back tattoo now, which is why I'm laughing.
Oh, okay. You got it.
Yeah, I see it.
Paulie wants to know if you'd rather be on a Rocky Top or Mount Washington.
Hey, y'all know I love the University of Tennessee. Don't make me pick. Come on, don't make me pick.
There's a bunch of that. William Antonio says, how many times did Keith Butler used to say, and stuff like that when you interviewed? Oh, he's asking me that.
Yeah, he's asking you.
All I know is every interview with him was precious because he had no filter. And the head coach just really couldn't stand that. Between watching him conduct interviews and then watching Joey Porter conduct interviews, it was like he had the 2 guys on the team who just could not keep secrets.
Yeah. Oh, my.
You know?
Yeah.
Mike says, hey, Moan, which of your teammates was or is the grill master of the bunch? I know this one.
I'm the answer on that one. Okay.
Mhm.
But secondary answer is his style is super simple, but it's good. Marquise.
Yeah, Marquise keeps it basic, right?
Super basic, but I'll be like, dude, this is the simplest meal ever, but it's good. He can actually do some good cooking, man. I got one for you. It's really good, too. This is pretty solid football from Mr. Shadows, Dr. Shadows. Hey, Moan, is it hard blocking a blitzing safety or blitzing linebacker? Hands down, linebacker. The weight that comes along with the linebacker is what hurts you. Oh my gosh, I can push a safety coming in. It's going to be usually a smaller, quicker guy. I can push him by and he won't run through me. The impact that I have to take from a blitzing linebacker, way worse than anything a safety can do to me.
Leverage says, hey, Moan, is the first playoff win or is one playoff win? Would that be considered an improvement over last year?
I want to make it to the second round.
Has to be.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best answer ever. Have to make it to the second round. And that gives a whole lot of confidence to everybody inside that building, too.
They're still trying here, though. Isaiah says, hey, Moan, favorite uniform, Tennessee Vols or Pittsburgh Steelers? Why make him do that? People, why?
My orange Tennessee jersey, my black and gold Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. There's your answer.
Nothing wrong with that. Anybody, see, that's the thing. Anybody who would like to become a member of this program and our channel in general, be sure to type into your URL dkps.net/join. Pretty easy stuff. We've had some subscriptions bought for people today. That's very much appreciated. You can do it yourself, though. You don't have to wait. You know, you don't have to hold it out. Go ahead, Mo.
I gotta put this one up here, and it'll be quick, but it's so hilarious. It's from Pittsburgh Toddy. Actually,
that's tramp stamp. Oh no!
It was on a guide too. So hey, that's just me.
Oh, no.
I keep seeing that come across.
Who had Toddy in the pool for who'd get that one first, right?
Oh my
Good
God!
Stuff. Ty says, "Hey Mo, do you encourage your kids to play football, or are you pushed to other sports due to the head injury aspect?"
I'll never stop him. My oldest just stopped playing football because he said he just wasn't going to do it. If you see him, he looks like a baseball, basketball player. My youngest, we're headed to football practice today. I actually let him do tackle a year before I let my oldest. The game is the game, y'all. Who is it for me to just stop him? I mean, we'll get into a deeper conversation about that at some point, right, DK?
Luke wants to know if I ever sleep. The answer to that is I sleep actually way too much. You're going to have to take my word for it here. But the thing is, when I'm up, all I do is work. So it's very, very different here. Sticky B says, hey, Moan, how many touchdowns does Kenny Pickett need to throw for the talking heads to dub him the Steelers guy?
Man, gosh, if he can get 15 to 20, that'll do it. 15 to 20, I think, shuts more people down. If he can hit 25 this year, the thing that we want out of Kenny is touchdown interception ratio way different. 1 to 4 if we can, in a sense.
Yeah,
DK.
I guarantee you that's the emphasis that the coaching staff has. That's the emphasis that Mike Sullivan has in working directly with Kenny. We're focused, he'll tell him, on the ratio, okay? We don't want interceptions. We want the passing decisions that are made to be aggressive but intelligent.
Yep.
You know, that's a mix. And Kenny had to have this done with him.
Yeah.
Last year, where they just said 100%. We could not care less if you throw a single touchdown.
Yeah.
We just don't want any more of these interceptions. And he ended up with, he stopped throwing picks.
Yeah.
There still wasn't a bunch of touchdowns.
What would his Vegas over under be, like 25, I guess? Over under?
That would be high.
That would be high?
Yeah.
So we're going 15
he's coming
to 22.
I think he's coming off 7.
Yeah. Double that. Give me 15 to 25 is real good.
Brian says, hey, Moan, I see Kenny Pickett's ceiling as a Drew Brees-type arm and decision-making with Aaron Rodgers' mobility and Ben's clutchiness. Jeez, dude. How about Johnny Unitas and Joe Montana?
Send that man to the Super Bowl.
Love you, Brian, but, again, just let him win games.
And that's what he's going to be judged on.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco did what? Had a beautiful deep ball, and he did enough to get them a Super Bowl.
He did enough to get a flag on his deep ball.
I was waiting on you to say it. Yeah.
I think the greatest season, Bob Schreiner says, we had in a 2-back season was Willie Parker and Jerome Bettis. I can see the Steelers fans wanting that one monster back to run over offenses with 300 plus, because don't overestimate the Jerome portion of the Willie Parker thing. And I say that with immense respect to the bus, but all the bus did was come in when the ball was at the 3.
Short yardage,
really
baby.
short.
Really
short. They were not really a tandem.
Yeah.
Jerome was the closer coming in the 9th inning.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of what you just put up with the 542 active members, look who popped in to say what's up. I got Lyle.
Wow.
Took me 3 days to get the show on live after 1 day stint on the Uncle's table. Welcome to the gang, man.
What was it like over there, Lyle? They're like locusts.
Yeah, this is a fair one right here from DB Cooper, man. I remember says, "Hey, Moan, did you model your game after any other player?" Nah, I couldn't. I don't know if there was many players like me in the league too, and I had to honestly just focus in on myself so much that I couldn't mimic anybody else. I tried that early in my career. I did try to do certain things that other players did, and it just did not work for me. Like I tried to play small, try to do no. I focus in on myself a whole lot, and I think that's what really kept me around for so long, is knowing my own weaknesses and strengths.
Couple more today on rapid fire.
This is so good, man. We gotta do rapid fire every day, man. Y'all are sending crazy questions.
Friday. I kind of like this pace here too. It's pretty good here. And I just lost a really good question that I had here. I was asking you about your role. I wanted to answer the role model thing from just something to add something to it.
Yeah.
Alejandro Villanueva was the polar opposite. Al would study tape of David Bakhtiari from Green Bay. And he said, this is the icon of this position in the National Football League.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he wanted to be that guy. Yeah. Not to be, I should rephrase that here. He just saw so many things that he felt he could learn from watching Bakhtiari's tape.
And Al had to learn how to play left tackle too, though, DK, correct? He had to learn how to play it too.
So he had right in front of our eyes.
So he had to model it after somebody. He had a blank canvas of how to teach himself.
We're going to close today's show with an in-person question from Nick, who just popped in off the street. Here you go.
Come on, man. Hop on in here.
Come on, slide right up and say, "Hey, Mo."
Hey, man, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, man? Got a little sun, huh?
How's things down in Tennessee?
Look like we might get some rain, but it is humid as heck right now. Gosh, it's a swamp outside.
Kind of like here right now.
Yeah, it is. It is. How you doing?
Good. Hey, good. I'm a high school football coach.
Yeah.
And what would be your advice that I could tell my players, the best thing for them to do as a football player and just living the experience, because it's more than just playing the game. It's, the camaraderie with your teammates and all that stuff. So what would be your best advice for them?
Embrace the journey. That's number one. And by that, I tell them this: wherever you are in your journey is your journey. Just because a guy runs faster, stronger than you, quicker than you, maybe getting more recruiting letters than you, doesn't matter. The moment you start looking left and right and getting away from yourself and the team aspect of growing up is the moment you're ruined. Don't do that. Maximize every single opportunity. And this is going to sound weird and crazy, but this is just me though too. If there's a situation between me and you in football, you have to be very intent on what you're doing. I will step on your neck to get what I want. And at that point, we can grow from there. As soon as we walk off the field, all is fine. You have to survive football. You have to thrive football too. That's what I would tell them. And respect the game.
Hey, thank you. Those are things that I always tell my kids, and it's great to hear it from you, a pro, NFL guy, and because football is such a great game.
It is, and it's a very physical one, but the pitfalls, the scars, that's a part of the journey. Don't think because you got on day one or day two that you can't bounce back.
Hey, thanks a lot.
No doubt. That was an awesome question, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I can tell you've been outside coaching too, man. You are
red. This morning at 7.
Yeah, I can tell. I love that, man. Keep blessing those kids. That's awesome.
Hey, thank you.
Absolutely, my brother.
Another replacement?
That was DK. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, man. See, I got no chance. One of these days, you're just going to say, "You out of here."
I'm telling you, that was good. This was good too. I would say it's lack of offensive line talent too, Mark Lancaster. As we get one more in, colleges don't teach O-line the way they used to, which is why you see a bunch of older guys staying in the league a whole lot longer. It's because the older vets have learned all the tricks and trades of the game when it comes to, is the O-line getting worse or is the D-line getting better?
Yeah, Slim points out that we still have a lot of people who are at the table over there with the locusts and the famine and the pestilence.
With the locusts.
Locusts, I say. Locusts. We're going to have a locust emoji.
I know. Oh, my gosh. We already got big rage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we actually do. All right, guys. Well, I have to head over to the ballpark and do my baseball job.
Yeah, you do.
And we will be back here on this program on Monday. A reminder that if you'd like to become a member and avoid the locusts, dkps.net/join is the place to come. And if you liked Rapid Fire Friday, let us know. We can
absolutely.
We can go faster pace every day if you want.
We can, man.
We're
Chris
adjustable
is
here.
Passing out memberships again. Chris, you already saint, my brother.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. Chris is out here passing them out. Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, good for him.
Crazy.
Hanover Fist has enjoyed, but it might not be boring baseball for all we know. It could be super exciting.
It could be exciting. Absolutely.
It could be if they hit.
Mm-hmm. If they hit. That's always the case, right?
All right, guys. Next Monday.
Peace. For the people making me choose, I got on my glasses and I have some memorabilia in here, DK. Seriously, don't make me choose between the two, because I only had two teams from the time I turned 18. Vols, Steelers. You can't separate the two.
And to spare him from having to say this out loud, he left both of them on his terms. Am I right?
Yeah, 100% correct.
Am I right? Didn't get cut, didn't get
demoted, none of those things, DK.
And even the one thing that he didn't get in his career ends up being a feather in his cap, and that was being drafted.
Hey, you hear me,
even
DK?
Even that
beat out a lot of those dudes.
Beat out a lot of those dudes. You know what we ought to do?
What?
We should do how many guys were drafted that year?
256. Oh, you talking about the O-line?
No. Players.
256.
256.
256, yeah.
We should do a survey on they refer to those as redrafts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A redraft. Where would Ramon Foster
Where would I go?
I am going to get somebody on our staff on this. If there was a redraft, where would you have taken Ramon Foster, G, Tennessee? Where would you have taken him?
That's fair. In hindsight, of course, right?
That's a redraft. That's what you do.
Redraft.
Where would you have taken Ben in his draft? That comes up. Where was he? What was he? 11?
11. Ben moves up a few slots, I think.
He would move up a few slots. He'd probably move up over those quarterbacks.
Yeah, he definitely would. There's a few top 10 draft picks in my class that I definitely outdid.
There you go.
One of them's on the coaching
This is the
staff.
project. Time for baseball.
All right, you be good, DK. Be safe, be
All
dry,
right.
and golly, don't be sweaty with all the humidity.
See you Monday.
See you, my brother.